All right, this is Owly-Fans, my passion project for owls and to reduce the gopher population in my backyard. So this all started out when I helped my buddy Mike build an owl box. And we did it, we joked around a lot, had a lot of fun, and
all right, we did it.
It was great. I took his design and changed it. I used a metal pole instead of a wood pole and dove right in, went to Home Depot, bought this 2 3/8 inch poles, 2 of them to put together. You can see them there along with the 2 wood beams and the cement that I was going to use. And then I went and started, dug the hole, spaced everything correctly, put it all together, yeah, I was excited for the owls. The owls were watching me at night as I did it. I met this guy, Roy, who sells owl boxes. He sold me an owl box, which was awesome. It had a nice interior that I could kind of change slightly by adding a bottom flange. Put a camera on it that had a great night vision. I wanted it to be solar powered, so I didn't have to have shore power charging all the time, and that worked pretty well. Tested it all out, and then I had to build the pole. So I put the pole together first in a really wacky way using bolts and nuts, and that was dumb and made it completely straight or completely crooked. But then I put it together with some welds and a sleeve. A sleeve goes inside between the 2 poles and you weld it together. It gets welded together, and it worked pretty well. You know, it was much straighter. So you can see there. And then
Much better, much straighter.
To put the pole up.
Today is on November 11th, 2024, and I'm getting excited and nervous to raise my owl box contraption. I've got my Wise camera in here. This is my kind of Tupperware cover. It's got a cord that comes down the back. I'm gonna put in some staples to secure it. There's a flange underneath here that you can't see, but I've taken many pictures. I'll share some of the flange. The flange is attached to the inside. So I'm gonna remove the cover. And now inside the box, we've got some nice bedding and some wood that, you know, the guy that helped me build the box worked with some owl conservation group, made the suggestions. And underneath here are the bolts that connect to a flange that's underneath. So the flange is underneath, and then that flange basically slides onto here and gets secured against that, and then it gets raised up. The solar panel here, which connects to the solar controller there. Here, the battery, eco-worthy 12.8 volt, 20 amp hour battery. It's a lithium ion battery. I have this little voltage meter that I've been using to test, and it comes with this eco-worthy controller. You can see it here, which is pretty nice. Here's the white cord from the camera that's coming down. Here is the black cord that comes from the solar panel. And then there is the power from the battery going into the controller. So the controller decides basically whether to pull from the battery, pull from solar power, or to charge the battery. All right, for the pole itself, if you're looking, I have 2 pins or 2 pivot points, 2 bolts basically. So this is a 1/4 inch bolt. It goes through the pipe, if you're seeing that, and it can pivot, you know, up and down, allowing me to raise and lower it. Now I'm not gonna raise and lower it a lot, but I will raise and lower it sometimes, like if the end of the season I need to clean it out or if something breaks. The reason I'm building this is, yes, I do love owls, but I have a horrific gopher problem. And I'll show you the gopher problem in a second, but my gopher problem is the gophers eat my trees. So when you have a gopher eat a tree that you've watered, you know, 100 times and clipped, it puts you in a certain frame of mind, right? So this owl box, if we get an owl family, I won't need to worry about gophers anymore, because gophers and owls do not mix. The gophers will be scared. In addition, a gopher family can eat, I've read somewhere 1,000 critters in a year. A gopher family could, like, basically 1 a night across 3 or 4 owls. It's pretty impressive. We'll see. All right, so back to the design. So here you see that there's 1 bolt, 1/4 inch that goes through. It goes through 2 4x6 pressure treated beams those beams are sunk about 3 feet. And so I have one hole here, and then I have one hole here. This hole, when the pivot swings down, gets another bolt that goes through, right? So there's another bolt that simply goes through the bottom beam here and through, and then that locks it into place. As for the reinforcement, you'll see that there's guy wires, right? These are called guy wires, G-U-Y. And a guy wire is the concept that with wind or an earthquake potentially or whatever, the box won't move. And it's secured simply with one lag eye screw on either side, a simple carabiner setup. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna finish attaching everything, and then I'm going to get some folks to help me raise this, and then connect it all up, connect the cameras, and we should be in business.
Oh my God.
Okay.